First of all, congratulations to Wisconsin Whitewater. They played really well today, and it was a great victory for them. And I feel like we had a great week of preparation, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew we were going to have to play our best, much like we've had to do the last 2 weeks. And so I give them a lot of credit, in this victory. They're well coached. They do a great job. The other thing I'd just like to say is, I love this football team, and since somewhere in 2019, I started coming home every day. Just tell my wife how much I like coaching these guys, and I haven't stopped telling her that since. It's a great group. These are great men. And this is a special football team. Central has a great legacy, and we've had a lot of awesome teams over the years. Way before these guys were even born, we've been having great teams. But this is a unique team, and this is a special team, and this is a team that's left its mark on our legacy and our program. They've left the jersey in a better place, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Thank you, Coach. Blaine, I'm going to go to you right away as well. Just addressing the record for the season, touchdowns in one season. Congratulations, by the way. But if you could just address right away what that means to you.
Yep, it's definitely something that's pretty special to have. Looking back at this year, it wasn't really something we set out to do as a team. It's just kind of something that happened as a product of our season. It's really special to have that record. I think it's more exciting for me to share that with all the guys on the team, receivers, running backs, tight ends, offensive linemen especially, who all contributed to that. And I hope, when we look back at this year kind of reflecting, we can look at that as a point and say, hey, we were all involved in that and all were able to make that happen. So it's pretty special to share that with you guys.
Thank you. And I'm going to go to Hunter right away too. Hunter, if you could just kind of talk about the defense a little bit, the approach that you guys had coming into the game and the adjustments you made through the game against Whitewater's offense.
And we came in, we knew they were going to run the ball, and practice all week, just getting our gaps, and we didn't really make any major adjustments at halftime, just not shoot ourselves in the foot. And we came out and we just battled the whole game. We just kept battling and no one gave up. That's what we did.
Thank you. I'll open it up for questions.
Well, guys, I guess the big glaring thing is the difference in the halves. What do you notice? What did you notice different with them, and what did you notice different about yourself in the second half that made for the difference? At halftime, you proved last week that you're one play away from pulling the game out, and so it was really, really up in the air.
Right.
But tell me about the second half.
I think for us, this is a team that I think all year we've really complemented each other well, offensively and defensively. The pace that we play at, how we play, it fits our personnel, and it fits what we try and do defensively as well. And in the second half, we just weren't able to generate first downs and get some scores like we were in the first half. We were trading blows in the first half, and then I thought that some of the stops in the third quarter, it just started kind of getting away from us in that standpoint. We knew Whitewater was good. We knew this was going to be a game that both teams were going to have to score and keep scoring, and then we weren't able to do that. We made some good stops. I thought forcing a field goal down there was important. It still made it a two-score game, even though we had to go for two twice. But that was a good place to be still. And then just once again, not continuing to get some scores generated, get first downs even. We got pushed back. That kickoff where we had a penalty. Didn't give us great field position, didn't help our defense there either. And even when we weren't able to score offensively, if we get first downs, we move the ball, now we're flipping the field and good things are happening for us. I thought we punted well all day. We knew we needed to do that also if we weren't getting able to score. But we just weren't able to win field position real well in the second half. And so I think that those made, once again, give them credit. They made plays. They ran the ball very well. I thought that we did a better job against their passing game in the second half, but they ran the ball just so well in the second half, and once again, not able to get first downs. It's kind of pushed behind the sticks.
Coach, according to my scrawling, when they kicked that field goal, at that point, you still had only 1 yard in the second half of offense. It was,
I mean, that could have been. I mean, that's when you throw the football and you don't complete passes, or if you get sacks. It's a nice stat. I'm not saying this in any way negatively. We've never cared about yards. Like, yards don't win football games. You know, you got to score, you got to make plays, and I guess that didn't that didn't bother me as much as not getting first downs, things like that. So.
Can you talk about that first drive for Whitewater where you guys got the punt block? Can you talk about kind of the execution of that?
About the punt block?
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt like we had some chances. Coach Paulson works with our punt team, and we felt like if their protection, they do a good job. We just kind of felt like we could get numbers where we wanted them, and if their protection is a kind of a pro style punt, you're gonna give ground, they're gonna involve their center in the block, and we felt like if we could kind of get some guys moving a little bit out of position, and it's kind of a zone protection, kind of get two guys in the zone, we had a chance at it. And I thought Brody Klein made a great play, to block it and then also to then score on it. I thought it was really a special effort. But the unit did a good job. Credit Coach Paulson.
Did you guys get a lift from that? I mean, you had a big crowd here. They were very up. Everybody seemed up on the sidelines. You guys were up 7-0, and Blaine hadn't even been on the field. It's huge lift, and we knew we were going to have to make plays throughout the course of the game. But that certainly was a great way to get started for us. I want to ask Blaine about the second half. I know Coach talked about it, but did you see different stuff in coverage, or were they just wearing you guys down, or what did that look like from your perspective?
I would say they were still sticking to a lot of their base stuff. They kind of really good at playing what they play, and I think just a big product of it. And I say, a lot of it, the ball's in my hands. I'm just not completing some throws that we were making there in the first half, and when you're not going to complete those throws to keep us on schedule, you get stuck behind the sticks, and getting caught in 3rd and long is a tough situation against any team. And give a lot of credit to them for putting us in those situations. And as I said, we weren't able to get any first downs, and that puts a lot of pressure on our defense. And they fought and clawed all afternoon. And so I give them a lot of credit. I think offensively we look back and say there were a lot of opportunities there where it was our responsibility to get a drive going to start to get some of that momentum back, and we just weren't able to do that there.
They were getting after you a little bit too in the second half, or at least they were getting through more than they did in the first. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I guess they definitely got some pressure going. Got a really deep defensive line and some really talented guys there. I think we were throwing a lot of passes, so they can get in some of their pass rush moves, and I thought our offense line did a pretty good job for the most part. Giving me time to throw and get the ball out on time. But yeah, they definitely were able to generate some pressure there, and part of that goes back to when you get to 3rd and long. You're going to have to drop back and throw the ball a little further down the field usually, so you're going to have more time to sit in the pocket.
You guys pretty famously have taken what opponents have given you previously. What was it that you were getting in the first half that was working?
I would say mostly just a lot of short throws. Staying on schedule, picking up 5 on first down is really good for us. That's something we'll take all day. And then we got to the second half, weren't able to quite do that. I think we started off with a good first play, and then I think I ended up getting an intentional grounding penalty, set us back really far, kind of killed the momentum right out of half. I think, just a number of errors like that just didn't create situations to be really successful, and then when it's 3rd and 15, you can't necessarily succeed on a 5-yard play.
Do you guys feel like, having played 2 other top programs before coming into Whitewater, do you think that kind of wore down on your energy levels today? You can't be shot out of the cannon with that punt block, but it seemed like it just deteriorated the game on.
I would say no. I think if anything, that really prepared us better. We've been in games against some really good opponents. Last week was definitely a dogfight as well, and we knew we were going to expect the same thing this week. And we think that just prepared us more for the kind of high pressure situations. So I won't take anything away from them. Say that we were worn down. I think we had an injury or two here or there, but for the most part, pretty healthy as you could expect this late in the year. And I think if anything, we were more prepared to kind of step into a tough environment.
I think we have one of the things I'd say about our football team, I believe we're a really mentally tough football team. And I think it shows, we get a holding penalty, takes a touchdown off the board, and that would break a lot of teams. And we just kept going right down the field and scored a touchdown still. And I was very proud of our guys' effort from that standpoint. We spent a lot of time on the mental side of the game. That's important to us. We feel like, even if we're not bigger or faster than the other team, we feel like we can win the mental tough, being more mentally tough than their opponent. So that was important to us. And I think that we had a great week of practice. I mean, honestly, and we looked good. We had great energy. I didn't detect anything that made me feel like we were kind of satisfied or we kind of ran out of gas.
Hunter, if you're just somebody looking at the stat sheet from this game and saying, oh, it looks like it was a passing game in the first half and
Rocky Top.
a rushing game in the second half. Did you notice that their emphasis kind of switched, or did you just do a better job on their passing game in the second half, but maybe had to leave something open or peaked?
Yeah, I'd say the first half, we were doing a really good job with the run, and just came out in the second half. We knew we were going to have to keep stopping it, and then we started stopping the pass more, and they started picking up, like Blaine said, that couple first down, it's real easy, getting in the second down, and we just weren't sometimes doing 100% of stopping that run, So instead of getting him at 3 yards, he's falling forward, getting 5 or 6, and it's just tough.
And it just kind of snowballs from there. Yeah.
Anything else for Central? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Great season.